Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona. Welcome back if you're joining me again. Today I'm sharing a 35-minute practice to boost your energy. It's an invigorating sequence that will have you moving through different planes of motion, activating, strengthening, and lengthening your shoulders, full circumference core, and hips. It'll leave you feeling more mobile, strong, and energized for the rest of your day. If you like practicing with props, the only prop I would suggest is a folded blanket. And if you are enjoying the classes on a regular basis and you'd like to support me creating, posting each week, I'm on Patreon. All the details are in the description below. Enjoy your practice. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. And begin your practice laying down in shavasana, reclining onto your back. Take your legs out long, your arms by your sides. Allow yourself to settle quietly for a few rounds of focused breathing. Together now, take a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently let that go. Allow your eyes to softly close. Again, taking a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently release it. And simply begin to follow your breath as it flows in. And as it flows back out. Create an even, steady rhythm to your breath for your practice ahead. And softly now start to wriggle your fingers, rotate your wrists, wriggle your toes and roll your ankles, waking up the joints of your feet and your hands. And on an inhale now, reach your arms overhead. And on your exhale, gather your knees in toward your chest. Inhale, stretch your right leg out long, left leg, and then arms overhead. Point your toes forward, and then hug your knees in toward your chest. Once more, inhale, left leg long, right leg, arms overhead, and squeezing in, knees to chest, rock side to side. Draw some circles through your low back spine. And land your feet to the floor now, mats width apart, arms wide to a T. And let your knees rock side to side, just offering your low back some rotation. Flossing the hips. And coming back through center, lift your feet, knees together, and turn your palms face down. Inhale here. And on your exhale, lower your knees over to the right to a hover. Inhale, come back through center and lower your knees over to your left. Side to side at your own pace. And come back through center on your inhale. Cross your ankles, lift up, hold your feet, and roll up and down the length of your spine a few times, just gathering some momentum. And we'll all meet up in a cross-legged seat. Feel free to prop a blanket under your sitting bones, just to offer yourself a little bit more support and length for your spine. Set your fingertips down to the floor by your sides. On your inhale, sweep your arms overhead, touch your palms, and then lower your hands to your heart center, interlace your fingers. Turn your palms forward, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, palms to the sky, lengthening up through both sides of your waist. Release and swim your hands behind your back and knot your fingers. Stay here, inhale, fist down, chest up. And on your exhale, shift your hands any amount away from your back. Soften your fist down on your inhale. Hands away from your back, exhale. Next inhale, release, float your arms up to shoulder height. And on your exhale now, give yourself a hug. Wrap your right arm over your left, round your spine. Inhale, open your chest, cactus arms. And then hug, left arm over, right arm under, round your spine. Inhale, arms wide to a T. And then bend your elbows and take your fingertips to the top of your shoulders. Circle your elbows down, forward, up and back. Twice more. And reverse your circle, warming up through the shoulders. Reach your arms forward now, make fists with your hands, turn your knuckles down, and moving your hands in sync, slowly roll your wrists. Circle back. And transitioning into reverse tabletop, unravel your legs, feet flat to the mat. Shift your hands behind your hips to the floor, fingertips point forward to the top of your space or slightly out. On your inhale, lift your buttocks. Keep your shoulder blades hugging together and pressing down through your fingers and all your knuckles, soles of the feet. Inhale here. Exhale, lower for boat pose, Paripurna onto the soft part of your buttocks. In the knees, raise your legs. Sit tall through your low back. Interlace your hands together at the center of your chest, and then we're going to twist over to the right, knuckles down to your side. Back through center and twist to your left. Twice more each side, and you can modify with your feet on the floor here. Back through center, lower your legs and cross them, right shin in front of your left for Sukhasana. Raise your arms on your inhale. Forward fold over your legs, exhale. You're anchoring your buttocks back, relaxing as much as you can the outer seams of your hips. Take a steady breath in and a steady breath out. And then stay in your fold, just walk your hands up and over to your left. Sitting back and down into your right buttocks as you reach away with your right hand. Another breath in. And walk your hands back, release. Adding on once more through, setting up for reverse tabletop. This time hands as wide as your mat behind you. Lifting your hips on the new breath, pressing the floor away. Breathe in here. And on your exhale, swing your hips back between your arms, straighten your legs and flex your feet. If you can, get a little air underneath your buttocks. Inhale, return to reverse tabletop. And once more, sweep your hips back, straighten your legs. Inhale, swing back to your tabletop. And lower your buttocks, raise your legs for boat pose. Steady in your seat, lengthen your spine. And then interlace your hands to your chest. Inhale here. Exhale, twist over to your left, fist down to your left. Through center on your inhale. Over to your right. Twice more each side. Coming back through center, lower your legs and cross them, left shin in front of your right. Sitting upright, breathe your arms overhead and forward fold over your leg. Breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. Remaining in your fold, just lift up a little way, walk your hands up and over to your right now. Grounding your left sitting bone, reach to the edge of your left fingers. And walking your hands back in and make your way onto all fours, no rush. Take a moment to place yourself, feeling your hands into the mat, spreading your fingers, knees underneath your hips, and tuck your toes. On your inhale, arch your spine, soften your belly into cow pose. Exhale, flatten your feet, round your spine, and lift your knees an inch or two from the floor. Move between the two shapes, knees down, toes tucked, arch your spine. Round your spine, flatten your feet, lift your knees. 2 more rounds in each direction. And as you're ready, pressing back to your downward facing dog. Pausing here for about 6 breaths, just move freely in your body. And then settle, be still, except for the movement of your breath. Take a full breath in here. On your exhale, bend your knees. Take a core lunge, lift and squeeze your right knee to your upper right arm. Step back, down dog with your knees bent. Exhale, spring forward, left knee, left upper arm. Inhale, down dog. Once more each side, to your right and to your left. Inhale, come forward to your strong plank pose. And exhale, lower to your belly. On your inhale, lift into a cobra pose, low back bend, holding here, engaging your core strength to lift your chest. And then hover your hands from the floor. Make fists with your hands and roll out your wrists. Take another breath. And lower, press back to your downward facing dog. Once more through. Inhale in your down dog. Exhale, bend your knees. And then spring left knee, upper left arm. Bend the knees. Right knee, right upper arm. Back to down dog. Once more through left side. And right side. Spring forward, plank pose. Take a breath. And lower to your belly. One breath now. Inhale, cobra, no hands. And press back to your downward facing dog. Bend your knees here, gaze forward, and step into Malasana Yogi Squat at the top of your mat. Feet wide, heels angle in. Steady breath as we pause here. And feel free to be a little bit more elevated when we come back to our squat, or here, buttocks can be a little higher. And just easing your elbows into your inner knees to widen through your inner knees and thighs. Activating your legs, pressing down into your outer feet. One more breath in, lengthen tall through your spine. And then take an easy forward fold between your wide legs, hips lift, turn your toes forward, and hold on to the frame of your elbows. So just keep a gentle bend in your knees, relax the crown of your head toward the floor. Release your hands, hang in ragdoll, deeper bend in your knees, and then just slowly rise and roll to stand. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. You're going to keep the feet wide, turn your toes down. Inhale, circle your arms overhead. And then exhale, Malasana Yogi Squat. Breathe in here. And forward fold over your legs. Breathing in, lift up halfway. And step your right foot back now for lizard lunge. Settle your hands to the inside of your left foot. Soften your right knee to the floor. Then circle and stir your left hip, hugging your left inner knee to your upper left arm. And circle back, opposite direction. Reframe your left foot with your fingertips. And then inhale, low lunge, sweep your arms overhead, interlace all your fingers. Take steeple mudra, releasing just your index fingers north. Inhale here. Exhale, side bend over to your left. On your inhale, back through center, lower your hands to prayer. And we'll move through a 3-angle lunge, breath to movement. Breathing in here. Exhale, lunge your hips forward, any amount. Ease off and step your foot to 10 o'clock. Lunge forward. Ease off. Left foot to 9 o'clock and lunge. Ease off. And now tap your right knee forward and down next to your left. Step your left toes in. Take a seat and kneel, hands to prayer. Same side, adding on. Inhale, lift your hips. Step your left toes out and wing your left knee to 9 o'clock. Lunge on your exhale. Ease off, step to 10 o'clock. Lunge. Left foot to 12 o'clock and lunge. Ease off, and this time take your hands to the floor for a lizard lunge variation. So here, raise your right knee. Holding here, reaching your chest forward, right heel back in space. You can stay here or explore taking the left arm under your left thigh, left hand to the outside of your left foot. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Stepping up into your version of Malasana, top of your mat. Inhale, buttocks low, chest lifts. And forward fold between your legs. Rise to stand. And hands to prayer. Feet stay wide, toes turn out. Inhale, circle your arms overhead, lowering into your yogi squat. Inhale here, and forward fold. Breathing in, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine, and then step your left foot back, long stride, lizard lunge. Lower your left knee to the floor. Once you're set, circle and stir your right hip. Light squeeze to your left buttocks. Circle back, opposite way. And go ahead, reframe your right foot with your fingertips. Once you're steady and you're ready, inhale, low lunge, arms rise, taking steeple mudra. And side bend over to your right, lengthening into the left side of your waist. You're gently leaning your left shoulder back in space. Return to center, hands to prayer, lunging with your breath's rhythm now. Inhale, exhale, hinge forward, ease off, right toes to 2 o'clock and lunge, right toes to 3 o'clock, deepen your lunge, ease off, and lower and place your right knee down, step your right toes in, take a seat and kneel. Inhale, raise your hips, same side, right toes step out. Pivot your right knee to your right and lunge. Pick up your right foot, step to 2 o'clock and lunge. Step to 12 o'clock lunge. Ease off and hands to the inside of your right foot. Raise your left knee, make sure you've got a long stride there for active lizard. You can stay or weave your right arm under your right thigh, right hand to the outside of your right foot. Right fingertips back inside your right foot and step up and find your yogi squat. Breathing in, breathing out to fold between your legs. Rise to stand on the new breath and hands to prayer. Just walk your feet in, bring your big toes to touch or keep a little gap between your feet for more balance. Standing elegantly tall with an open posture. Just make contact with your breath. On your next inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, motion your hips down and back. Bring your weight more into your heels. On your exhale now, fly your arms back, and you can keep your hands wide here or interlace your fingers if that's accessible. Slowly lift up onto your toes and balance in drinking bird pose. Try and keep that long, unwrinkled feeling to the back of your neck. Merge your shoulder blades together, perhaps sit a little lower. Next inhale, land your heels, bring your hands to prayer. We're going to balance and stand. On the right leg, bring your left knee to chest for single leg mountain. From here into standing figure 4 pose, cross your left ankle over the shelf of your right knee. And once more, easing your hips down and back. Lengthening into your outer left hip. And just notice your posture, see if you have space to widen your collarbones. On your inhale, return to balance, single leg mountain pose, left knee to chest. Then step back, warrior 2, with your left foot. Lengthen your stride, take a few breaths here, tidy up your shape. You find a comfortable lunge, spine straight up and down, arms engaged and reaching. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach your arms overhead, catch your right wrist. And then exhale, flow into Skandasana to your left, hands to the floor, walk over to your left foot, bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. And here you could be in a side lunge or a little deeper, toes toward the ceiling. Waving over to your right foot, bend into your right knee, straighten your left leg. And then turn, face the top of your space for runner's lunge. All 10 toes point forward. And twist, raise your right hand to the sky. One more breath in. Hand to the floor, step back to plank pose on your inhale. And then move into left side Vashisthasana, side plank on your left. Spin your heels to the left. Reach your right hand to the sky. Left side waist engaged and lifting and finding your own version of side plank where you feel supported, steady. Return to plank on your inhale. Lower to your belly, exhale. Hands free cobra pose, a mini back bend. Lower and press back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, forward gaze. End of your exhale, stepping lightly to the top of your mat. Open and fold with your breath. Rise to stand. Hands to press center of your chest. Inhale, chair pose. Just pause here, sit low, move your shins back in space and get the feeling you're lifting your sitting bones toward your pelvis. On your exhale, arms sweep back. Option to interlace your fingers. Draw your fists back as you balance, lifting up onto your toes, drinking bird pose. Perhaps exploring coming down a little deeper, bending the knees. Next inhale, land your heels, bring your hands to prayer. Carefully now, stand and balance on your left leg, right knee to chest. Standing figure 4, cross your right ankle over the shelf of your left knee. Coming back to your chair legs. Exaggerating the stretch into your outer right hip. Return to your balance, right knee to chest. Then warrior 2, take a slow step back with your right foot. Lengthen your stride, holding here. Light squeeze to your right buttocks to lift your left hip and level your pelvis. Inhale, reverse warrior, arms overhead, catch your left wrist. Exhale, Skandasana to your right. Walk over to your right foot, straighten your left leg. And transition over to your left foot, straightening your right leg. Turn and face the top of your space, runner's lunge. And twist, left hand to the sky. One more breath in. Hand to the floor. Step back to plank pose on your inhale. And then side plank to your right, your version, left hand to the sky. And just see that the back of your skull, tailbone, heel, all in one straight line. Plank on your inhale. And lower slow to your belly. Hands free cobra pose. As you breathe out this time, lower and stay on your belly. Tee out your arms at shoulder height, palms down, moving into a prone shoulder stretch. So you're just tenting your left fingers, roll onto your right hip, toward your right arm. An option to step your left toes to the floor behind your right leg. Just relaxing your head onto the floor. Calming the rhythm of your breath. Return to your belly and switch sides. Left arms at shoulder height. And just roll and release onto your belly. Bring your arms alongside your body for locust pose, shalabhasana. So your palms face down, forehead to the mat. Inhale, raise your chest, legs, arms. Keep the back of your neck long. Perhaps explore a little bend in your knees to turn on the hamstrings, the glutes. And release down. Turn a cheek to your mat, let your legs relax down. Return your forehead to the floor, moving into a second locust pose. So option to interlace your hands behind your back, or if you're feeling prepared and ready for a bow pose, you can bend your knees, reach back and hold your ankles. As you're ready, lifting on your inhale into your version of a back bend, drawing your shoulder blades together to open your chest. And releasing down. Take the next few breaths to return to a child's pose, your buttocks to your heels, unrushed. Then let your arms rest and your breath settle. And then slowly coming upright, let your hips spill out to one side, walk your legs out in front of you. So we'll set up for Janu Shavasana, head to knee pose. You can have your right leg straight, toes and knee pointing toward the ceiling, or you can angle your right leg just out to the side, out to your right, for a little bit more of a twist through the spine. Left foot to your inner upper right thigh. As you're ready, reach your arms overhead, lengthen your spine, and then bending from your hip crease to fold over your leg. Reaching the crown of your head and your heart forward. Folding here with a few mindful breaths, slow and calm. And walking your hands back in, coming upright and changing sides. Left leg out straight, right foot toward your pelvis, inner seam of your left leg. Arms rise on your inhale. And you forward fold with your out breath. Take a few breaths here, incrementally fold. And walking your hands back in. If you'd like to grab any additional layers or any props you may wish to accompany you as you glide down on your back, taking them now. We'll all meet up on our backs. Gather your knees in toward your chest, into the number 11, knees wide. Just taking a final happy baby pose here to close practice before resting in Shavasana. You can hold your knees here or hands outer edges of your feet, knees down toward your armpits. No over effort. Focus on spreading your low back into the mat as you rock, now gently side to side. As you're ready, release and relax quietly now in Shavasana. Just completing your practice in stillness, inviting your body and your mind to rest easy. If you have a little longer to rest, just pause the video so you can rest quietly. If you're working to that 35-minute increment, I'll be back to guide you back. And drifting your awareness back, start to wriggle your fingers, move your feet. Take a full body stretch if that feels good, arms overhead. And then bend your knees, feet to the floor. Rolling out to your right side. And slowly pressing your way back up to sit. And thanks so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you're now feeling more alert and energized, ready to step into the rest of your day. Namaste.